What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about D'Angelo Russell's most recent comments on where he called the Minnesota Timberwolves fans, his own fans, quiet ass fans. This is kind of an interesting one. A lot of people are upset about this one. A lot of people like this one though. And I would say I'm kind of in the middle of this. I'm going to show a clip here in just a second so you guys can see the words right from his mouth. This is not clickbait. This is truly something he said. I think some Minnesotans maybe don't even know that he said this because Minnesotans are just the way they are. So interesting. Let's roll the clip so you guys can see that. We'll just pop up the clip here.
I think the energy more than anything, like you said, it forces guys to want to, turn their level of competition up and compete. It gets our quiet ass fans involved as well too. So I think it's good for us to have somebody like him that kind of wakes people up.
So as you can see, he says it, and he's not necessarily joking. Like, he's kind of serious about it. But I think we were talking about this a little bit in our most recent live show. We do live shows after every single Timberwolves game, so feel free to subscribe. Check us out after every Timberwolves game. We usually talk for like somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour or something like that. We do daily tier lists and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun. Join us. The thing to me about this that I like is that he is going to get the fans more engaged by this comment, whether it's for good or for bad. If people hate him for this comment, I think there are going to be people that are mad at this, and maybe they're gonna blame it on, who knows, vaccine stuff, mandate stuff. They're gonna blame it on other things, but I think there's a lot of other fans out there that are gonna be more like, hey, I want Target Center to be loud, because I personally have called Target Center the library in the past because it is quiet in there. For a good reason. We have been a bad team for a long time. As many of you know, I mean, we've had terrible years. I mean, really since KG left, which was a long time ago. We're talking like the entire life of somebody that grew up past like 2006. That's how long Timberwolves have really been bad. Sure, you could argue Butler years. You could argue like one or two Kevin Love years. But realistically, we've been bad for a long time, and I think being bad that long certainly hurts the fan base and their willingness to kind of roll with the punches. There are so many punches you can roll with before it's kind of like, this hurts. I was kind of comparing it to a, something more along the lines of like a relationship. If you've been burned too many times by bad relationships, then it's going to be hard for you to want to trust again. And I think that's somewhat it, but I mean, obviously we're making this way too deep for just a sport, but I do think that he has some good points. I think he further went on to Twitter to say more comments on it. I'll pop those comments up on the screen as well. He had people replying to him, cheering from home, kind of cringy, but I do think that the right energy is there. I don't think D'Lo's doing this to call out Minnesota fans. He's calling them out, I guess, to get them to come out and be loud. And the next home game is next Tuesday. I'm recording this on a Wednesday, but we play against the Charlotte Hornets. Should be a fun game going up against LaMelo Ball with Ant. Ant has not been great lately, but usually he shows up for bigger games. Sometimes he shows up for bigger games. So it would be great if the crowd would be loud that day. My opinion is kind of in between on this. Of course, I want it to be loud, no doubt. But I am also kind of a quiet fan. If some of you know me, some of you watch the live streams, I'm not necessarily going to be so talkative or so like loud cheering. I save those for more of like the impact moments, like Nas's dunk the other day when he dunked all over Alex Len. That was a moment, albeit I was at home watching from this chair. But that was a moment where I audibly made a noise because that was exciting. But I am also not the person that is at every Timberwolves game and clapping at every single bucket that's made. Sure, should I be? I definitely should be. A good fan would be doing that because it's the home team, and other fans of other fan bases do this. But you know, it's just tricky to keep that same energy the whole game. You know, I am obviously a diehard fan. I do post-game shows after every single game. That's ridiculous. But I, you know, there's just different ways to be a fan. You know, I'm passionate. I love the Timberwolves. I've been through the Timberwolves since the KG days. I basically was too young to really enjoy any of the KG days, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start paying attention to basketball, and we've sucked ever since. So I don't think D'Lo's trying to call out fans for not being passionate, but I do think that it is important for us to be loud at home games. So they were doing some suggestion, saying something along the lines of how they do at the Lynx games, where everybody stands in the arena until the first bucket is made. I kind of like that. I don't necessarily think that is like such a motivator for people to get loud. I almost think that that would be more beneficial in like the third quarter, because after people go out for like halftime beverages and drinks and food and everything like that, you know, they sometimes don't even get back to their seats on time, so it's just like that, and then we kind of have a lull. Happens with every team, but something to be concerned with, something to think about anyways. But yeah, you know, I guess for me, I'm curious to see what happens. I mean, I'm sure we're gonna have some more people tweeting pictures and videos of them standing in their homes watching D'Lo tonight play the Sacramento Kings for the second time. But yeah, I wanted to get this video out there just quickly before the trade deadline, because the trade deadline is coming up tomorrow, and I'm keeping an eye on my phone as I do this because I want to make sure that I don't miss anything. As we described in our last video, feel free to check out our last video. That was kind of a little bit more on like trade rumors and things like that. Depending on how it goes tomorrow, or today and tomorrow, I guess I should say, we might make another trade video. Let me know if you want to see another trade video. We will be live tonight if you're seeing this before the game tonight. So feel free to check that out. But yeah, D'Lo calling out the Minnesota fans. What do you think about it? Do you like D'Lo calling out the Minnesota fans, or do you think he should not have said anything and that he is pushing this too far or making it too big of a deal? Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me see if you want to see any other types of videos. You know, I did not really know that anybody would care about me putting out content like this, so you know, I certainly appreciate everybody that showed love on the last video. I think we're over like 500 or 600 views or something like that, and I legitimately thought we were going to get like 50 or 60 views max, and I was going to be pretty happy. So to see 600 views on that thing is insane. Seriously, thank you. If you liked today's video, please subscribe, like the video, ring the bell or whatever it's called, and we will see you in our next post-game show. See you then.